Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Shauna and today I'm going to be sharing all of our 4th grade curriculum picks with you guys. Now if you happen to see my video on Monday for our kindergarten picks, you are going to hear and see some of the same curriculum just because we do a lot of group subjects, but there's definitely going to be some different things. So jumping into it. The very first thing that we are starting our homeschool year off with is Gather Round's Creepy Crawly Unit Study. I thought this would be a wonderful way to just kick off the year with, some fun and excitement. And as we're trying to navigate our rhythms and routines, we're doing a unit study that is already mapped out for us, but it's not intense. So it has some fun activities. It has, something that a subject that the kids picked out on their own and that, they were interested in learning about. Now, this is something that I forgot to mention in my kindergarten curriculum picks, is that we are going to be starting with the Creepy Crawlies unit study, and then they are going to be coming out with a Thanksgiving study, which we are going to incorporate at some point, as well as maybe do their Christmas study. We are definitely going to do their Easter study because we did that last year and the kids had so much fun. Like, they deep-heartedly chuckled during some of the activities and it was just so fun. And then we might be ending our year, like as the curriculum comes to a close, we'll probably work in the North American Bird Study. So I don't have those studies right now to show you, but that's my plan. I will have all of these linked down below in case you're interested in checking them out. Some of them might be affiliate links, some of them will not be. If you do use an affiliate link, there's no extra charge to you, it just helps support this channel. So if you use it, then thank you. Going into our Bible study, we are going to be starting with Fruit of the Tongue from Not Consumed. If you guys are interested in seeing reviews and flip-throughs of any of these, I do have some. I will link below and I will try to make a playlist that I do up here at the end of the video. But this is all about, just using our tongue for goodness and speaking life and not using it to sour people. And, sometimes with siblings, they don't always speak the nicest to each other. They fight a lot, and we've been having a lot of problems with fighting. So I thought that starting with Fruit of the Tongue would be a really great addition into our Bible. Now, we will be doing this during our morning basket time. And then I did purchase their Faithopedias that I'm so excited for. You guys, look, like it's like a trifold and it just sits on your counter and it's beautiful. And this goes through each book of the Bible, and they have journals that accompany it. And I don't know if we're going to use the journals or not. I did purchase them. I think we're going to use them just for the questions because we're going to do this at the end of the day as a family with my husband. So then that way we're all working our way through the entire Bible. I did purchase the New Testament and the Old Testament one. We're going to be starting with the Old Testament, and then each one of these takes 27 weeks to get through. So it's going to be a full year. I'm out of breath because I'm speaking a lot. Now, in terms of character building, and I will have timestamps down below in case there's a certain subject that you guys want to see, we are going to be using Simply Charlotte Mason's Laying Down the Rails. And I wanted to do this because I love that it focuses on so many different character traits as far as hygiene and cleanliness and just basic manners and speaking nicely and religious habits. It goes through so much. And so I purchased their whole set. I did see this at our convention and I purchased it from there. So this book, if you guys are wondering, if you haven't heard of Laying Down the Rails yet, or if you have but you're not like super in the know of what all you need, and I don't think you're going to need all of this, but I purchased it just because it just made sense to do it as a pack, and they had a really good sale at the convention, so I just went for it. So this book will go over all of the character traits and what that looks like, and it'll just give you information on it. And then they have a DVD that I guess goes a little bit more in depth, and if you're a visual learner, it'll be good. Then they have these two Laying Down the Rails for Children books. So there's book 1 and book 2, And basically all of the habits and character traits that you find in here, it'll be broken up into 2 different books in these. So they each go into a little bit more in depth on how to apply the character traits. So you really could just get away with just the laying down the rails, but I'm, visual and I need examples in order to execute things. So I thought that getting the whole set would be really good. And then they have a Laying Down the Rails for Yourself book. Now this is great for teenagers and adults who want to work on some of the character traits that they have that might need some changing. So I got this for me and my husband just to go through things. Nobody's perfect. We all have things that we need to work on, and I thought, this would be great for me and just to help me grow in ways that I need to grow, because I can't ask my children to do certain things if, I haven't laid down my own rails, so to speak. Now, as far as language arts, we did choose to go to The Good and the Beautiful this year. We've previously used master books, but we thought that this might align a little bit more with just challenging our kids a little bit more. So we're going to be using their handwriting for level 4. And if you guys are not familiar with their handwriting, it's going to be all cursive. So he's going to be learning how to write in cursive this year, as well as there's some Bible scriptures and some drawing at the bottom of each page. Then he will be doing their language arts course book, as well as their spelling and writing for level 4. Now this basically complements the course book. It comes as a set, so he can practice like little activities along with his actual course material. As far as math, we've chosen to go with The Good and the Beautiful for them as well. So this is his course book, and it comes with an answer key for the parents, as well as a little mental math book that he can practice with his course book each day. And this is what a lesson would look like. It's not going to be, anything that's super intense. He gets, I believe, like around 6 to 10 questions where it'll say, skip count by 6s from 0 to 60, count by 4s from 12 to 52, count backwards from 100 to 80 by 2s, and things like that. So it's not anything that's like long and strenuous or anything like that. It just helps them to get a little quicker by memorization. I will say that our group work is going to be our Bible work, science, geography, and history. So I'm going to be showing you our group work now. I did mention in my kindergarten curriculum that we are going to be starting our tower garden back up again. If you guys have been following me for a little bit, you know that we had a tower garden, and sometime around like March or April the pump broke and the whole thing just died. And so we kind of just packed it up, and now that we are entering into a new school year, we are going to be starting it back up. So we picked up some seeds. We're going to be doing some herbs and lettuce and tomatoes, and I think the kids are going to have a blast with that. We learned all about life cycles last year, and they really enjoyed it. As far as our science curriculum, we are going to be using Apologia's chemistry and physics, and it has a junior notebook journal that I picked up for my son. And if you guys, one of the things that I really like about this is that it's 28 weeks long. You can do it, the way it's designed is to only do it 2 days a week, but you can obviously add it in more or less depending on your schedule. But I really like that because we usually follow a block schedule. I'm not sure if I'm going to change our schedule or not this year, but I really like that it's low pressure. And they have a lot of fun experiments. And one of the resources that I found is that if you go to rainbowresource.com, they have all of the science kits for the Apologia science. So if you're like me and you like open and go and already done for you, you can buy the whole kit on their website that comes with everything you need for the experiments that come in this book. And so I thought that was really cool because I don't always have the tendency to look ahead before we are in the lesson, and I thought just having everything on hand prior to the year even starting would be such a lifesaver for me, because I have been known to get to a lesson and be like, oh, I'm supposed to plan a field trip for this, or oh, I'm supposed to have X, Y, or Z materials on hand and I don't. So I think that this is gonna help me a lot. As far as geography, we have decided to use Beautiful Feet Books Geography for K through 3rd grade. I know that that's not 4th grade, but with it being a group subject, I thought that this would be perfect because I do have a kindergartner, so it didn't make sense to do their 4th through 6th grade and their K through 3rd, or just jumping into the 4th through 6th grade books. So I thought, you know, kindergarten through 3rd grade, he's still gonna learn a ton. He's gonna learn all of the states and where they're located and fun facts about them, and it's not anything that's going to impair his knowledge or learning by using, you know, 1 grade lower than the 4th grade. So they do have it on back order. I'm kind of sad about that because I was really hoping to like jump into all of our curriculum come mid-August, and it looks like they are going to be receiving this and shipping it out early September. So if you do ever order anything from Beautiful Feet Books and they do happen to have any of the books on back order, they'll send you like little cards that look like this, and they'll tell you, hey, this is when it's expected to arrive, and this book is, you know, the book that you need for lesson whatever number it is. So it kind of helps you to plan a little bit. I can't plan much since this is a teacher's guide that I don't have, but we're gonna roll with the punches because we're homeschoolers. And one of the things that I like about this curriculum is I believe that they said you can get through it in a year by doing 1 lesson a week. So it's not anything that's gonna be, you know, like super heavy and that it's really gonna delay us by being, you know, that late. So I'm not worried about it at all. But if you do have a very like structured schedule that you want to follow and you are going to purchase anything from them, you might want to email them or call them prior to purchasing just to see like, hey, do you guys have everything on hand, or is there, you know, a delay expected? Just want to put that little note out there because I know that not everybody is all free flowy like I have been. Next, we started Early American History from Beautiful Feet Books last year. I have a whole review and flip through on this. If you guys want to see it, I will link it above right here. But we absolutely adore this curriculum. It has made learning history for my kids so much fun. This is K through 3rd grade, so this is the primary pack. But my kids learned so much, you guys. So seriously, like, just like I said with the geography, I don't see this impairing his learning in any way. And I was thinking about contacting them to see if, you know, if there's anything that they would suggest adding in for a 4th grader. But, you know, since he's like right at that cusp, I don't see it being anything that's like gonna do him a disservice. So we're going to be using that, and once we finish it up, we are going to be doing the Around the World with Picture books. Now, again, this is K through 3rd grade. I know you're like, oh, this is 4th grade curriculum, Shauna, get it together. But my kids really, really love this curriculum, and like I said, you know, it makes more sense to put my son in the K through 3rd grade since I have a kindergartner, instead of the 4th to 6th grade curriculum, just because of how little she is. Now, if she was already in 2nd or 3rd grade, I would totally like probably bump him up to 4th or 6th grade for like as far as the packs that I buy and not even worry about that. But since there's such a large age gap, it just made sense for our family. So, you know, this is what we're gonna use. I think it's gonna be great. They do have intermediate packs for both Early American History and I believe World History for 4th to 6th graders. So if you're not like me and you don't have like littles to worry about, then they do have packs for your children's ages. I didn't buy these because, you know, this was all they had. So I just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there. And then if you do have children, say you have children that are, you know, you have a 6th grader and a 3rd grader and a kindergartner, Beautiful Feet Books is really amazing with their customer service. So I'm sure if you call them or you email them, you can say like, hey, you know, what pack would you consider or would you suggest me buying, and what books would you add in? because what I've seen from the parent groups is that you usually go with like the lower pack and then you just add in some of the books for the older kids, but you can totally make this customizable to your family if you have like varying grades and ages. So can you tell how much I love them, you guys? Like they're amazing and I love them. But as far as like our fun, extracurricular, like enrichment courses, some of the things that we are going to be working into our morning basket are going to be music appreciation and poetry. Now, we're not going to do this every day. It's going to be kind of like all alternating and, you know, just kind of here and there stuff. So we are going to be using My Homegrown Symphonies Conversations with Composers. I will link the review down below that I did on her curriculum. She has graciously offered, I believe, a 20% off discount code for my subscribers, and it does not expire because she's amazing. So if you are looking at working in some music composers and just music studies into your homeschool, check out that review and check out her website. Now, she also has a around the world music calendar. This one was from May, but we're going to be using it, especially when we get to our around the world history. I thought this would be so fun to complement that. And there's like little QR codes to listen to, you know, different music from around the world. And then you can learn about the different composers as well. So as far as poetry goes, we're going to be using 3 books. I did show these sometime last year, but we didn't make it through all of them because it is a lot of reading. So we're going to be using these for the years to come. So you'll probably see them a few times. But the first one is A Year Full of Stories. I love this book so much. They had so many great stories and it brought so many wonderful conversations, and I can't wait to dive back into that this year. The next one is from DK, and you guys know how much I love DK. It is A World Full of Poems. And then Sing a Song of Seasons. So that is everything that I'm going to be using for my 4th grader. Oh, and one last subject that I'm going to be working in, but I don't have it here because it is going to be an online resource. If you guys saw my group subjects video, you know that first we're going to be doing Spanish, and originally I had chosen Song School Spanish, but then I saw that Master Books came out with an online Spanish course that you can do as a family, and it's like $90 for 18 months worth of access, and you get like printables. But the thing that I loved the most was that it's online, so you get like videos of a teacher teaching you. And I thought that would be amazing because it's just one less thing on my plate, you know, like I can throw it on the TV while we're eating a meal, or, you know, just when we're kind of like settling down and into the day. And it's not anything that I'm gonna, you know, have problems with pronouncing because I don't speak Spanish fluently. My husband does, but a lot of the learning is going to be left up to me, and he is going to be helping. But I want to make sure that they learn well and they learn correctly. So we're going to be doing that course actually together as a family, and I'm really excited for that. And then as far as our Song School Spanish stuff, I will be working in some of the songs and the flashcards here and there, but it's not anything that's going to be, you know, like overwhelming and stressful. So let me know down below, what are you using for your 4th grader? I would love to hear it and just, you know, get some different ideas, because apparently I'm just a curriculum hoarder. But I hope that this video was able to give you some ideas, especially if you're struggling with like, what do I use for this subject? If you have any questions, let me know. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a big thumbs up, hit that red subscribe button. Make sure that you hit the notification bell, because next week we are going to be doing our week's worth of giveaways and planner reviews. So that's it. I'll see you guys again later. Bye.